I'd like to take the opportunity to share with you the three phases of money. Most times when you meet with an advisor, they tend to focus on the accumulation phase. You have a select few who understands the need to know how to strategically prepare for the distribution phase, but most advisors focus on the accumulation phase, right? How do you save money for retirement? How do you save it? How do you save it? Most, and I do mean most advisors, fail to recognize the first phase. The first phase of money is maximization. How do you maximize the current money that you have? Okay? And I want to share with you today that there are two key areas, actually three key areas that you can do in order to maximize your money. The first is eliminating debt. Simply by carrying debt and the finance charges that are associated with that debt causes you to lose money. Therefore, if you want to maximize your money, you have to eliminate your debt. The second thing you want to do is learn how to use the greatest cheat code ever, which is the IRS tax code. Understanding the IRS tax code and how to use it to your benefit actually can put money in your pocket and cause you to maximize your money and allow you to invest it in other ways so that it can grow for you, which leads to the third area, which is learning how to put your money to work for you. Oftentimes we're working hard for our money, but we allow our money to be lazy and sleep on the job. What do I mean by that, or what does that look like? Putting your money in the bank and just letting it sit. Putting your money in your 401k or any employee deferred plan and just letting it sit. Your money is not working for you that way. So if you want to maximize your money, again, the three things you want to do is one, eliminate debt. Two, you want to understand how to properly use the IRS tax code, which I call the ultimate cheat code. And three, you want to learn how to put your money to work for you, and so you don't have to work so hard for your money. Now, the second phase of money, as I mentioned earlier, is the accumulation phase. This is a phase in which many advisors tend to focus all of their time on. There's three areas that they tend to talk about when it comes to accumulation, and that is taxed income, taxed money, tax deferred money, and tax free money. Well, taxed money is W-2 income. Before you even get your paycheck, they're taking the taxes out. So that's the taxed money that you need to figure out, how do I minimize the taxes on that money so that I can have more of that money to maximize and then use for accumulation. The second is tax deferred money. Now, this is an area that many of us or many of you are very familiar with, and that is through your employee-sponsored retirement plans, whether it's a 401k, a 403b, a TSP, 457 plan, what have you, so on and so forth. These plans allow you to put your money away and invest pre-tax, meaning you don't pay taxes on it now, you'll pay taxes on it later. This allows you to have your money to grow, have more money for you to grow for your retirement. And then you have tax-free money. And that is money that is already been taxed in your paycheck. However, it is allowed to grow tax-free. Vehicles such as a Roth IRA or Roth 401k, or even whole life insurance is another vehicle that is overlooked, that allows you to have your money grow for you tax-free, and you can take the money out tax-free. So accumulation is really key, and the vehicle that you choose for your accumulation will be really, really important when it comes to the third phase, which is distribution. Now it is time for the payoff. It is time to live off the money that you have accumulated and enjoy the lifestyle that you have been waiting for and looking forward to your entire work life. However, when you choose the tax deferred plan, which many of us do because it's the most touted or the most recommended way in order to plan or to accumulate money for retirement. And so we use our employee sponsored plans, which are tax deferred. The issue and the challenge and the problem with tax deferred plans is it sets you up for the tax bomb. There's nowhere around it. You didn't pay taxes on that money all those years, 20 or 30 years, and the money just grew, and grew, and you like to watch it grow. However, when it's time to take the distributions, now it's time to pay the piper, or in this case, Uncle Sam. So you have to pay taxes on that money. So if you have, just for example, $1 million in your retirement account, you really don't have $1 million because depending on your tax bracket at that time, it can be anywhere from 20 to 35% that is due to Uncle Sam that you have been deferring all this time. Okay? Now I got a question for you. Do you think, based on the current economic times that we're living in, do you believe that taxes are going to go up, go down, or stay the same? Every single time when I ask that question to an audience or to an individual sitting before me, everyone unanimously say taxes. They believe taxes are going to go up. So here's the $1 million question. If I think and I believe wholeheartedly that taxes are going to go up in the future, why am I postponing paying the taxes until the future? If you say it in a different way, do you think that taxes are the cheapest they'll ever be now? Or do you think that taxes will be cheaper in the future? And if you say taxes are the cheapest they are going to be right now, then why would I choose not to pay the taxes right now and choose to pay them in the future? So when you process it that way, it just doesn't make sense. Unfortunately, we have been conditioned to believe that tax deferred programs are the way to go. However, as you understand, as we all agree and believe, taxes are going to go up. Therefore, you're going to end up paying more in taxes and therefore losing more money by waiting to pay it in the future. Now, there are multiple risks associated with your distribution phase that you must be concerned about or aware of, put it that way. The one is market volatility. As you begin to receive your distributions, you still have money exposed to the market. And therefore, that money that's exposed to the market is susceptible to the volatility of the market. So that's one risk you have, market volatility. The next you have is, as I just talked about at length, is the taxes. We have no idea whatsoever what taxes are going to be when it's time to take those distributions. And therefore, we don't know how to properly plan for it because we don't know what they're going to be. Then you have inflation. We just experienced a tremendous amount of inflation as the government tried to right-side the economy, if you will, without getting too technical. And inflation just shot up. And it has been extremely high. And again, we don't know what inflation will be like when it comes time for you to retire and for distribution. Then we also have to worry about disability. What happens if in your later years or in your retirement you become disabled? Did you plan for that? Now your retirement dollars have to be used in order to provide care for you because you are now disabled. What about lawsuits? You've amassed a nice nest egg, stumbling over my words. You have amassed a nice nest egg. However, if you're sued, it's possible that you could lose portions, if not all, of that nest egg to a lawsuit. And finally, the possibility of simply outliving your money. So all of those things have to be considered and you must be aware of. And to the best of your ability, you have to begin to plan for those various forms of risk to ensure that you have a nice retirement and you're able to enjoy the distribution that you're receiving in your retirement. So in conclusion, I just want to say this. When I work with my clients, I show you in those three phases, I show you one, how to use every dollar at least twice in the maximization phase. At least twice, you will be able to use that same dollar as we're maximizing your money in phase one. In phase two, I show you how to make the most of every dollar when it comes to accumulation. What do I mean by that? Minimizing the taxes on it, making sure that you have liquidity and control of your money, to make sure that you're putting your money in the proper place that you have access to if you need it. Okay? All while accumulating money in phase 2. And finally, in phase 3, which is the distribution phase, I show you how to have a worry-free retirement, not worrying about the tax bomb, not worrying about some of the risks that I alluded to earlier, all with proper preparation. And I make sure that when I put a plan together for my clients, that all of these things are considered. So, when it comes to understanding your money, it is key that you understand all 3 phases of money, which is the maximization phase, the accumulation phase, and the distribution phase.